Taylor from PrepScholar. Today we're just going to give you some short tips on one kind of question that a lot of students worry about. Speaking question 3. This question is what ETS calls an integrated question. You will be given some material and then asked to speak about that material. Let's talk about how exactly this question works and then discuss some strategies for giving a good answer. First, you will read a short text passage, usually just one paragraph. This passage will normally discuss some piece of news or information, often on a college campus. For example, it might be a news article about a proposal for building a new library on campus. Next, you will hear a recording of 2 people discussing the news. Normally, this will be one of a man and one of a woman. One of the speakers will defend a certain position on the news. For instance, in this example that we just discussed, the woman might argue against building the new library. You will then be asked the question. The question will ask you to summarize the reading, the main speaker's opinion, and her reasons for that opinion. Like in the example we have just discussed, you might get a question sort of like this. The woman expresses her opinion about the plan described in the article. Briefly summarize that plan. Then, state her opinion about the plan and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion. Finally, it is time to give your answer. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response, and then 60 seconds to actually speak your response. That sounds like a lot, but don't worry. We're going to give you a couple of tips that are likely to raise your score on this section. First, focus on the main topic. This is a lot of information in this section. There will be details in the news article. The other speaker will ask lots of questions in the recording, but you won't have to talk about those, so do not worry about them. So, what should you focus on? 3 things. First, what the news item is. Second, what the main speaker's opinion of it is. Third, what her reasons for it are. That's all. Since you are allowed to take notes during this section, you should actually write these things down. So your notes should look something like this. News, proposal to build a new library. Opinion, woman is opposed to building it. First reason, the old library is good enough. Second reason, money should be spent on scholarships. That's not all the information, but it's all the information you need to give a good answer. You can then use these notes to prepare your answer. Since you have 60 seconds to give your answer, you can simply divide that time into 3 20-second sections. So in this case, spend 20 seconds explaining that the woman opposes the proposal to build a new library. 20 seconds explaining why she thinks the old library is good enough. And 20 explaining why she thinks the money should be spent on scholarships. So, our first tip is to focus on the main topic. Here's our second tip. Focus on speaking. Remember, this part of the test is ultimately designed to evaluate your ability to speak English understandably. So don't worry so much about organizing your answer that you forget to speak well. So, make speaking well your priority. Speak as confidently and fluidly as you can. Try to deliver a well-structured answer. But if you make a mistake, just move on. Keep your focus on the main goal, which is speaking English as well as you can. Let's review. A lot of students worry about the third speaking question because it has so many parts. But don't worry. Each of these parts is easily manageable as long as you relax and take your time. We've given you 2 tips on how to answer this question. First, focus on the main topic. Don't worry too much about minor details. Second, focus on your speaking. This question is supposed to test your speaking ability, so speaking well should be your priority. We have a lot more information in the full PrepScholar course, so have a look. Just visit TOEFL.PrepScholar.com. Thanks for listening. No matter how you choose to prepare, we hope you get a great score on the TOEFL.